Hi, this is Ryan Thompson, Sports Information Director here at Adrian College on the Adrian College Sports Network. Today we're joined by second-year head football coach Jim Deere. Coach Deere, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Ryan.
Coach, how has preseason camp gone so far overall heading into Friday's opener?
It started off with a lot of new players, so it takes a little while to get it off the ground and running, but things picked up pretty quick. You know, you go 5 days and single practice and kind of work into full pads, 2 days in helmets, 2 days in shells, and then the 5th day in full pads. And you kind of find a lot out on that day, you know, what dogs are ready to bite and which ones are still barking. So that day proved to be pretty interesting, and we found out that we had some young kids that were not afraid to hit. And you know, this might be the year that we travel as many freshmen as we ever have in any year that I've ever been here. So things went well. Got a little banged up early, you know, but most of the injuries are coming around now, and we got a couple guys that won't play this week, but for the most part, everybody's healthy.
You know, one of the biggest question marks coming into this season is who's going to replace Mike McGee at quarterback. Who's kind of come to the top in preseason camp for you guys?
Yeah, there's no question about it. Brandon Miller is our quarterback, transfer out of Saginaw Valley from last year. Came to us, he's a highly touted high school football player. Been around a couple different schools, but we were fortunate that he ended up coming to Adrian this past fall, and got him into some summer camp stuff. Got him in early, and you know, he's been our guy. There hasn't been a controversy. He's led our team. He, you know, he's the one that we're going to go with, and Justin Him will play wide receiver and backup quarterback. So you'll see him in a few different areas, but Brandon Miller's the guy.
You know, talk about your scrimmage with Ohio Northern and what your impressions were from there. Word on the street was that you guys had played really, really well against a team that preseason is ranked 14th in the country.
Yeah, there was, you know, our guys came out and we competed. That was, it's one thing when you go against another team, whether it's a scrimmage or in a game, you want to have them come out and compete. We came out, we competed, we played hard. Even, you know, we played a lot of people. Our 1s and 2s got plenty of reps, even some of our 3s, and every guy that came in, it ended up, you know, with some good results, you know. And even though you think you did good while you watch it, and then you watch the tape and you realize there's a lot of improvements to be made and a lot of mistakes that were made, but we're athletic, and we have the ability to overcome some of those mistakes, and that's, I guess that's a good thing, but we got to get everybody on the same page and everybody doing the right thing, and I think we can be a pretty good football team.
This week you get to travel to Husson, which is in Bangor, Maine. Instead of hitting each other, you get to hit somebody else for a change. That game is going to be this Friday night at 7 p.m. What do you know about Husson?
Yeah, very little. You know, they got a new head coach this year. I believe he was their defense coordinator last year. They didn't have a lot of wins last year, but they were competitive in most of their games. So it's kind of, you know, you just got to go in there. You got to play your game. Your prep is a little different than how it would be in the middle of the season. You tend to just worry about what you do. You don't worry about what the other team does. So there's, you know, we got no film exchange. So you go into it just doing your stuff, and you might have to make some adjustments as the game progresses. So that's when the chess match begins. And
finally, what newcomers do you think will make an immediate impact to start the season? You had mentioned how traveling-wise, you're going to have a lot of newcomers on that travel roster.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of new faces and names. You know, obviously our quarterback is one with Brandon Miller, but we have wide receiver Isaiah Cross, transfer from Northwood, that you know, he did some nice things against Ohio Northern. Also, you got a couple of young offensive linemen, a guy by the name of John Rock out of Portland, Michigan. He's been getting a lot of reps, whether it's been with the 1s or the 2s, so you can look to see him. And then there's probably 3 or 4 running backs that are freshmen that you're probably going to at least see or hear about in the near future. We're very excited about our skill kids and very solid offensive line, a couple additions in there. Defensively, you're going to see a lot of the guys, the faces you know. We got all seniors back in the secondary. There's 5 of them, 2 outside linebackers, and then the 3 secondary guys. But inside linebacker, new faces. Deontay Bridgman will be a sophomore. He'll be our starting Mike linebacker, and then our Sam linebacker will end up being Hunter Juntanen. But you could see as many as 4 or 5 guys playing those positions. So there'll be some serious different looks in certain positions, but defensively, we got a lot of guys back.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us here today on the Adrian College Sports Network. Once again, the Bulldogs will travel to Husson, and that will be Friday night at 7 p.m. For all things Adrian College football, you can go to adrianbulldogs.com.